this does not work for me. It's not helping. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make a video about something that is really important to me. It's kind of a big deal, and that's migraines. I have been dealing with migraines for most of my life. I've had them since I was about 14 or 15, and I've kind of came up with some ways to prevent them, because that's usually the best way to go when it comes to migraines, is to prevent them rather than trying to treat them after you've already gotten one. So I have my top 5 tips for preventing migraines. I'm going to start out with a little bit of backstory about, my whole migraine story. If you're here just for the tips, I'll put a timestamp in the description below so you can skip straight to that part of the video. But otherwise, let's get this started. So like I said, I got my first migraine when I was like 14, 15. They are menstrual related for me, so that's usually like when I'm most likely to get them. I just remember when I was that age, one night I had Chinese food with a bunch of soy sauce on it. And next thing I know, I woke up in the middle of the night. I thought I was having like stroke or something. I didn't know what was going on. And then Chinese food was just like going everywhere. I was just throwing it up everywhere. I actually think I thought it was food poisoning. I was like, oh, maybe this is what food poisoning is like. But needless to say, after that happening a few more times, I finally went to the emergency room and got diagnosed with migraines. The doctor did prescribe me some Imitrex, like the pills, so the thing about my migraines is that they are so bad that they make me throw up. And usually I start throwing up like within 10 or 15 minutes of my migraine. So I'm not sure why he prescribed me pills with me explaining that to him. So I tried to take them a few times, and obviously they didn't have a chance to work because I threw them up before they could start working. And eventually I was just like, this does not work for me. It's not helping. Stopped taking those and basically just decided that I had to deal with it. Because another thing I noticed is that whenever I would take medicine, I would get another migraine like a few days later. Instead of like it being a whole nother month or 2 months later, it's like a few days later I would get another one. And that was with prescription, or like if I tried to take something over the counter, I would just end up getting another one. So that's kind of a theory I have, that people who take medicine for their migraines start getting them more chronically. I've noticed that with people that take medicine, they get migraines all the time. Comment down below if you've experienced that, because I'm real curious to know if that's actually a thing or if that's just something I'm made up. But for me, definitely anytime I try to take medicine, first of all, the medicine wouldn't fully get rid of my migraine, but even if it did, even if it didn't, I would always get like a rebound one a day or two later. So it's basically like I might as well let it run its course and then not worry about getting another one for several weeks. So yeah, basically once I realized that I couldn't take medicine for them, I decided that I needed to come up with ways to prevent them from happening in the first place. Of course, everyone knows that you have to identify what triggers are for your migraines. Usually that's certain types of food. For me, it's soy sauce, red wine, and orange juice. I've tested all of them several times, and every time. Soy sauce I can eat a little bit, but like not putting like extra on my food. I can't do that. Or if someone's cooking Asian food at home, usually they put a lot of soy sauce on it, and I can't. It'll give me a migraine every time. Same thing with red wine. I think that's a pretty common one for people who have migraines. But yeah, every time I've tried to do the red wine, the next day I get like one of the worst migraines. And then the orange juice is kind of a weird one that took me a while to figure out because I never really drank orange juice a lot anyways. But one day eventually I realized like, hey, I had orange juice yesterday and now I have a migraine today, and oh, I had orange juice yesterday and I have a migraine today. So yeah, I think it has something to do with all the calcium that's in orange juice, because calcium does kind of have a role in migraines as well. So I just know I can't do orange juice either. And then of course stress is another trigger, and you can't really avoid stress, you just have to learn how to manage it. So besides those things, I have 5 things that I think are really, really important that anyone can do to prevent getting a migraine. So let's jump into those. All right, so number 5 on my list here, and just a disclaimer, a lot of these things are things that are good for you anyways. They're going to help with things other than, you know, just migraines. So number 5 is water. Being dehydrated definitely contributes to getting more migraines. So drink as much water as you can. I know that's hard for some people, but it's good for you in a lot of ways. One thing I do is keep a glass by my bed, and first thing in the morning I just drink that whole glass. Of course you need to drink more than that, but that's one easy way to at least get 1 glass in. For your daily total is just have that by your bed, drink it first thing when you wake up, because you're going to be thirsty anyways, and it just ends up being a routine for you. So water. Number 4 on my list is a regular sleep schedule. So that's really important too. Not like you need to be in bed by 8 o'clock every night, but definitely nothing crazy like, for example, you know, I usually go to sleep around 11 or 12 at night, but say I decide to stay up till 5 a.m. because I'm partying, or I'm like in Netflix and I've went down the rabbit hole. I can do that, but like if I try to do that the next night too, stay up till 5 a.m., then I'm probably gonna have a migraine. And I really hate that I can't be flexible with my sleep schedule like that, but I have learned the hard way that I can't get too crazy, you know, especially if it's like 2 nights in a row of like staying up till 5 a.m. or something like that. And same thing goes with sleeping too much. That's also gave me migraines before too. So you just have to be a little bit regular with your sleep schedule, and that should help prevent migraines as well. So number 3 on my list here is going to be fish oil. And let's see here. I do krill oil. But basically the same thing, just they both have omega-3s in them. There's just more benefits to krill that I like krill. But one disclaimer here, before you take any supplements, always check with your doctor and make sure that it's safe for you to take them, because one thing about fish oil or krill oil is it will thin your blood. I think that's kind of why it helps. It reduces inflammation. I used to, when I was younger, I would take an aspirin every few days to try to prevent migraines, but it's not really good to take aspirin like that unless your doctor has told you that you should do that. So I just do the fish oil. It does have other benefits too for you, and I don't take it every day. I take like maybe once every 3 or 4 days I'll take one. I think with a lot of things, sometimes it's, you know, the directions on it is more than you need. I would always suggest starting with the least amount and then working your way up if you feel like you need to. But for me personally, usually I don't need the full amount. I can do less. So that's definitely a good way to prevent migraines, and fish oil is pretty good for you as well. All right, so number 2 way to prevent migraines is going to be exercise. Another thing that you either hate it or you love it, but definitely if you're someone who's prone to migraines, you need to be getting exercise, getting your blood flowing. You don't even have to do a lot, like maybe 3 times a week for like 30 minutes every time, and you should be good. I've definitely noticed like months whenever I had migraines, I was hardly ever in the gym, didn't go work out, didn't do anything. So exercise is really important, and again, it's one of those things that has multiple benefits for you. It's not just going to prevent you from getting migraines. Okay, so drum roll. Number one way to prevent migraines is magnesium. I have been taking magnesium for probably about 3 years, and I'll tell you, like, out of these 5 things, this one is the most important, or, well, not the most important, but I could not do the other 4 things at all, like completely screw those up. But as long as I take magnesium every day, I'm almost guaranteed to not get a migraine. So it does come in different formulas. You're not going to find magnesium by itself. It's always combined with something else, and they kind of act differently and have different benefits too. So just do your research to see which one, you know, might be beneficial to you or the best one to try. I use the magnesium L-threonate. It's called Magtine. This one is very good for like sleep and brain health. So I usually take 2 right before bed. I think this says to take 4 a day, but again, I don't need 4 a day. Just take 2, like maybe an hour before bed or something like that, and I'm good. If I can, I'll look for the link and try to link it below in the description box for you guys. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. Tell me if any of these things have worked for you to prevent migraines, or what is your top tip on preventing migraines, what helps you the most. Please like this video and share with anyone who suffers from migraines or could benefit from this. Thanks for watching.